I promise I'll make it all worth it.
Hello, champions. You're tuned into Hell Turn Inside, where WWE passion never stops. Subscribe now, and let's powerbomb through the latest updates. What happened to Liv Morgan on Monday Night Raw has now become one of the most talked-about moments of the year, not because of drama in a storyline, but because of a real-life situation that should never have occurred in the first place. This was supposed to be Liv's night, a career-shifting performance, a spotlight moment, a testament to how far she has risen in the women's division. Instead, it turned into a controversial situation that has left fans uneasy, performers frustrated, and WWE in a position where accountability is no longer optional. What unfolded live on television wasn't just an embarrassing mishap. It exposed a deeper issue of preparation, safety, and respect for the athletes who give everything to this business. Today, we're going to break down what really happened, why it matters, and what the wrestling world needs to demand moving forward. The night that should have been Liv Morgan's triumph. Monday Night Raw was positioned as Liv Morgan's biggest opportunity in months. The stakes were massive, a #1 contenders match that could determine the next challenger for the Women's Championship at the upcoming Premium Live event. The arena energy was electric as Liv stepped through the curtain. Her entrance was powerful, the crowd was invested, and she radiated confidence. She was debuting a brand-new ring attire reportedly customized specifically for this match, a look meant to reflect her evolution, her resilience, and her readiness to step back into the title picture. Everything about the moment suggested a superstar ready to rise to the occasion. Backstage concerns that went unanswered. According to multiple people present backstage, concerns about Liv's new attire were raised hours before the show began. Production assistants reportedly noticed possible stability issues during the pre-show fitting. But instead of taking these warnings seriously, the decision-makers chose spectacle over safety. The belief was that the outfit looked impressive and fit the moment visually, so the potential risks were downplayed. This is where the frustration begins, because the team responsible for ensuring that performers are taken care of allegedly ignored the advice of people who spoke up, and that choice would come back in the worst possible way. The match that started perfectly when the match began. Liv Morgan looked phenomenal. Her timing, her movement, her charisma, it was all there. Fans often praise Liv for combining athleticism with emotional storytelling, and she was proving every bit of that in the first several minutes. She hit signature moves with precision. She played to the crowd with energy. Every aspect of the match was showcasing why she has become one of WWE's most beloved performers. This was shaping up to be a match that would be remembered, but not for the reasons anyone expected. The moment everything went wrong. Around 12 minutes into the match, during a high-impact sequence involving the ropes, Liv's ring gear suffered a sudden failure. It wasn't catastrophic the way rumors exaggerated. There was no major exposure, but it was absolutely enough to disrupt the match, break her concentration, and put her in an uncomfortable position no performer should have to navigate live on television. A quick camera cut, a fast transition to commentary, or even an immediate shift in angle could have minimized the moment. But that did not happen fast enough. Production's response that raised questions. This is the part that upset many fans. Instead of reacting immediately, the production team hesitated. The camera lingered longer than it should have, capturing Liv's confusion and discomfort. Those few seconds were enough to turn an avoidable issue into a major talking point. Moments later, the broadcast finally shifted to a safer angle, but the delay had already made viewers aware something had gone wrong. Liv attempted to continue the match with professionalism, adjusting her gear subtly while still trying to stay in character. But anyone watching closely could see her confidence fade. The magic of the match had been broken, not because of the performers, but because of a preventable production error. The aftermath that left Liv emotionally drained. Sources backstage revealed that Liv Morgan was deeply upset after the match, not because of injury or storyline disappointment, but because of how the situation had played out publicly. She reportedly retreated to her dressing room immediately after returning backstage, speaking only with a few people close to her. For a performer who has spent years building momentum, working through injuries, and fighting for opportunities, an incident like this takes a significant emotional toll. Liv has always been known for her resilience, but even the strongest performers deserve better support in moments like these. The company's response that missed the mark. Within hours, the situation became a trending topic online. WWE reacted quickly, but not in the way many hoped. Clips of the moment were swiftly taken down, fan recordings were flagged, and the company issued a short, vague statement describing the incident as an equipment issue that was handled professionally. The problem? That response failed to acknowledge the concerns about attire testing or the emotional impact on Liv. It read like a corporate message aimed at minimizing discussion rather than addressing what actually happened. Many felt the responsibility was shifted away from those who made the decisions and placed subtly on the performer, something that left fans and insiders frustrated. The silence from the locker room. The most surprising part of this entire fallout may be the silence from other performers. Typically, when someone backstage goes through a difficult on-screen moment, the wrestling world rallies in support. But this time, the response was quiet. No major public statements. No messages calling for better quality control. Not even indirect references from fellow talent. It's unclear whether performers were asked to remain silent or simply didn't want to intensify the controversy. But to many fans, the lack of open support felt disappointing and out of character for a division that has always stood united. A wake-up call for women's wrestling. This incident has sparked an important conversation, one that goes beyond Liv Morgan or WWE alone. Women's wrestling has evolved tremendously over the past decade. Today's female wrestlers are world-class athletes, carrying storylines, headlining shows, and inspiring millions. For that progress to continue, companies must uphold the same safety standards and preparation protocols for women as they do for men. Gear must be tested. Performers must have final approval. Backup options must be available. And when an issue arises, production teams should react instantly to protect the performer on screen. The changes that need to happen. To move forward, WWE must treat this incident as a learning opportunity rather than a situation to hide. There should be a clear review of wardrobe preparation procedures, stronger communication between staff and performers, better real-time production reactions, a sincere internal acknowledgement of how this affected Liv. This isn't about assigning blame. It's about preventing future moments that compromise performer comfort or dignity. The role of fans in pushing for accountability. Fans play a huge part in shaping wrestling culture. Supporting performers doesn't just mean cheering during matches. It means defending their dignity when something goes wrong. Instead of sharing clips or making jokes, fans should advocate for transparency and better safeguards. Constructive criticism and vocal support can push companies to make meaningful changes. When fans show that they value performer well-being, companies listen. A moment WWE should not forget. What happened to Liv Morgan will be remembered not because of the mistake, but because of the conversation it forced. This moment is a reminder that behind every entrance, every storyline, every match. There are real people who deserve respect, preparation, and protection. Liv Morgan handled the situation with remarkable professionalism, and that alone deserves recognition. The hope now is that WWE takes this incident seriously, not just to address what happened, but to prevent anything similar from happening again. The wrestling world is watching closely, and as fans, we should continue to demand the standards that every performer deserves,